Hi there and welcome to 2 Minute Watches. Today we've got the rather gorgeous Christopher Ward C65 Aeolian here in blue, or they call it Eve. They've taken Aeolian as a Greek mythological figure to represent the shifting sands across the Aeolian Islands near Sicily. And that's really what you're buying here, is that you see that kind of 3D wave dial effect. Reminds me a bit of the laser etched wave motif on the Omega Seamaster dive watches, but also the 3D element of it reminds me a lot of the Grand Seiko, and that quality of finishing I think is similar here. Getting quite a lot of reflection. I don't know what the AR. I guess you got the domed sapphire crystal, but I assume there's AR coating, but it does reflect a bit more. But you can see that it's really the kind of the dial that sticks out. So it's a lot here that's similar to the usual C65 range, or the round indices. Reminds me a lot of the Tudor Black Bay 36, but with different kind of 6, 12, 3 and 9 markers, which kind of distinguish it somewhat. You've got the GADA bracelet, they call it, which is basically the oyster style brushed steel with the clasp with the Christopher Ward logo on it, and the on the fly adjustment, which makes it very much a dual watch and allows you to wear it through all seasons. Something that as we get to summer, particularly important. They've taken out the date window, which I think kind of works given you want the kind of continuation of that wave dial motif, and it makes it a lot more simpler. And you've got the applied logo now, the Christopher Ward, the twin flags of England and Switzerland. I think I reviewed the dive watch from Christopher Ward, which does look better. I wasn't sure how much difference it makes, and I read a few Reddit articles where they really wanted to plump for the applied logo, and there was a lot of fuss about it. And I can see why now. It does make the dial pop a lot more. The automatic lettering appears to be printed, but it works really well. That it somehow kind of goes over the wave dial. And you've got the Sellita SW200 movement with the signed rotor at the back. Workhorse at 4 Hz, 38-hour power reserve. But really, the reason I wanted to pick one of these up is the dial. I'm just going to do the 360 sweep of it. There are obviously other colours, green, grey, and kind of a beige. The blue works as I think as an all-rounder. I'm trying to work out what would be more dressy. Maybe the beige, but it really depends on what look you're going for. But I think the blue here is a safe choice. I'm going to try and move it into a different lighting a little bit. Reminds me a bit of this, a bit like the Tudor Black Bay 36 in terms of the colour moves around with the darker if you look it away, and then lighter towards the sunlight. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to showcase. Just wanted to do a wrist shot. So this is a 38mm case size, 43.6, so 44 millimeter lug to lug, which means it sits very nicely on the 6.2 inch wrist I have. You can see there's very little overhang across the edges of the wrist. The so-called light catcher case, which has beveled edges, also sits very nicely on top of it. So yeah, thanks for watching.